Is Trevor Lawrence's 2025 success sustainable? Jacksonville, Florida. The best game of Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence's NFL career included what is arguably his best throw. It was so good that longtime teammate Travis Etienne Jr. needed to curse to describe it. On a 3rd and 10 play in the second quarter of the Jaguars' Week 15 game against the New York Jets, Lawrence had to evade pressure, roll to his left and unload a deep throw as he was getting hit by edge rusher Will McDonald IV. When Lawrence released the ball at his own 32-yard line, wide receiver Parker Washington was on the hash marks at the Jets' 32. He made a sliding catch at the 17 just a few yards from the sideline, 51 yards in the air, all arm, and dropped over 2 defenders. He kind of just stopped and just said, "Parker's down there somewhere," Etienne said after the Jaguars' 48-20 victory over the Jets. He launched it and Parker made a great catch. Jaguars coach Liam Cohen described the throw as Lawrence being special. That's him being a football player and making a play. Lawrence made a lot of plays against the struggling Jets that day, throwing for 330 yards and setting career highs in passing touchdowns, 5, and QBR, 96.0. It was part of the best stretch of football in his 5-year NFL career. In the final 8 games he had 24 total touchdowns, 19 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions and helped the Jaguars average an NFL-best 33.6 points per game. The Jaguars won 8 consecutive games to close out the regular season and win the AFC South title before a wild card playoff loss to the Buffalo Bills ended the season. Lawrence, 26, had to overcome challenges to get there, including changes to his footwork, learning his third different offense, dealing with injuries and inconsistencies at the receiver position, and focusing too much on avoiding turnovers. It took more than half the season, but once Lawrence and the Jaguars figured it out, he played at a level that earned him MVP consideration. As the Jaguars look toward 2026, one question lingers: is that version of Trevor Lawrence here to stay? San Francisco quarterback Mac Jones, who was Lawrence's backup in 2024 and started 7 games in his place, saw a difference in his former teammate. "I feel like he's always been the top guy, but he does have a chip on his shoulder, especially recently," Jones said in the final weeks of the 2025 season. "I feel like even in 2024, he had a bunch of injuries and stuff and obviously I got a chance to play because of it, but I feel like he wants to prove people wrong. He was the first pick in the draft, but he still has that underdog mentality." He's had a lot of extra motivation this year and I feel like you can see it on the tape, like the way he's throwing the ball, and even in his interviews, he's having fun with it and celebrating with his teammates. "So yeah, I definitely see things that he's done throughout his career, but he's very consistent this year." One of the main reasons the Jaguars hired Cohen was because of the work he did with Baker Mayfield on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2024, helping the 2018 number 1 pick produce the best season of his career. Owner Shad Khan wanted the same with Lawrence, who struggled to live up to his number 1 pick hype after being dubbed a generational prospect coming out of Clemson. His rookie season was underwhelming and overshadowed by dysfunction under coach Urban Meyer. Then multiple injuries and turnover issues outweighed sporadic spurts of elite play under coach Doug Peterson from 2022 to 2024. In preparing for the 2025 season, Cohen and Lawrence started from the ground up, literally. Cohen noticed his quarterback's feet were too often not in the right position, so they flipped his left foot in front of his right. Lawrence also worked on manipulating defensive backs with his eyes. But one of the biggest pieces of advice from Cohen came in Week 10. Following the Jaguars' Week 9 loss to the Houston Texans, a game in which the Jaguars blew a 19-point fourth-quarter lead, Cohen had a message for his quarterback: quit worrying about making mistakes. "Hey, man, cut it loose and let it rip when we do have some of those opportunities," Cohen recalled telling Lawrence. "Hey, man, yes. We don't want to turn the ball over. We want to turn it over on defense and we want to keep it on offense, but we can't be thinking about that or trying to play to not make a mistake at all. Quote. Just go cut it loose, let it rip and see what happens.